Hey guys, how's your day going? In this video, we're going to talk about the top 10 Star Wars books I think you should read. The first book I think you should read is the Star Wars Aftermath series. The first book takes place right after the Return of the Jedi. The book is about a rebel named Nora Wexley that has returned to her home planet to reunite with her son and start a new life. But she gets Wedge Antilles' distress call and forces her to return to the fight. Along her journey, she is joined with her son, a technical genius, also Zabrak bounty hunter and an Imperial defector. They are prepared to do whatever it takes to end the Empire once and for all. The second book is called Life Debt. The book picks up pretty much right after the first book ends. While Nora and her band of Imperial hunters go after Admiral Ray Slow and the rest of the Empire, Han and Chewie go to Chewie's home planet of Kashyyyk and try and free all the Wookiees. The small battle turns into a huge conflict which gets the Rebel Alliance involved. The third Aftermath book is called Empire's End. It has the same Rebel fighters that were in the first two books. It also explains everything that happens during the Battle of Jakku. The second book on our list is Star Wars A New Dawn. A New Dawn is basically a prequel to Star Wars Rebel. The book tells us how Kanan and Hera met. The book shows us what life was like after the Jedi Purge. Also, it shows us the adventure that Kanan and Hera and the rest of the group go on to stop the Empire. The next book is Star Wars AHSOKA. Star Wars AHSOKA tells us what happened to her during Order 66 and tells us what her life is like post Order 66. The book is about AHSOKA that is unsure that she can be a part of a bigger fight again, but her desire to fight the evil Empire and protect the new friends will lead her right into the Rebel Alliance. The fourth book on our list is Star Wars Catalyst, a Rogue One novel. The book is about Galen Erso's energy research that has got the attention of both Krennic and the Empire. The book tells us how Krennic makes Galen a pawn to building the Death Star. The book also tells us the competition between Tarkin and Krennic, and the book tells us how Kanan and Lyra escape the Empire. The fifth book on our list is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I like this book novelization of Episode 3 because it gives us so much more detail on what was going on during the movie and goes more in depth with all the characters' thoughts and finally gives us more content that was not in the movie. The sixth book on our list is Star Wars Plagueis. This book is sadly now Legends, but I still think it is an important book to read. The book is about how Plagueis became a Sith Master and shows us how he met Palpatine and how Palpatine became a Sith Lord. Also, the book shows us how Palpatine rose to power on the political stage, and finally the book shows us what was happening during the events of Episode 1. The seventh book on our list is Star Wars Thrawn. The book is about how Thrawn met the Imperials and how he ended up joining the Empire, and also shows him rising through the Imperial ranks, and finally the book shows us how he got his rank of Grand Admiral. The eighth book on our list is Star Wars Tarkin. This book is about how he rose through the Imperial ranks, and also gives us some backstory on him. Also, this book tells us who he thinks Darth Vader is. And finally, the book shows us how he was groomed by Palpatine. The ninth book on our list is Star Wars Battlefront Inferno Squad. The book is a prequel to Star Wars Battlefront 2, the video game. The book is about Iden Versio, the daughter of a high-ranking Imperial. It shows her joining the Empire, then later shows her joining the Imperial Special Forces that is ran by her father. The Special Forces group she joined is Inferno Squad. They end up going on an undercover mission to wipe out the rest of Saw Gerrera's rebel group. The 10th and final book on our list is Star Wars Lost Stars. This book is probably my favorite Star Wars book that I have ever read. This book is about a boy and a girl that join the Empire as pilots. The book shows us their time at the Imperial Academy, and then one leaves and eventually joins the Rebel Alliance. During all this, they find out that they're in love with each other. Then the book shows us their side of the story during A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So that is the list of the top 10 Star Wars books I think you should read. But I want to know your favorite Star Wars books, and please feel free to comment down below. And that wraps up today's video. If you like this video, please click that like button down below, and if you want to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing. And always guys, the Force will be with you. Always.